Chapter 18. And do you know what makes me happy? A Quick Ben and Callum and Temper sighting. Quick Ben and Manala going to retrieve Callum, who was, he had his butt kicked and Shadow Throne took him to Deadhouse, to the Azath or whatever, right? I love those two. When those two are together, it just feels like things are going to be all right. First of all, Quick Ben is just the best, but Callum was awesome in Deadhouse and in House of Chains especially. So those two being back is like a big sigh of relief. And Temper was awesome in Knight of Knives. I really like that guy. And I like that he goes out and he kind of gets upset that they didn't close the door behind him. And Manala is ticked off with Callum. So like that's still going. First page back with Callum and he's already getting in trouble. What do you call him? Blob and Blur. Anyway, gonna move on. Really excited that was a good way to start the chapter because I really like those two. I was starting to think that Callum actually was dead, but I didn't think so. At the end of Bone Hunters, I thought, nah, he'll still be around because we didn't get like an official something. But anyway, well, Temper has no respect for Shadow Throne, who this is a momentous occasion, and he doesn't have anything profound to say, which, fair enough, whatever. All right, that scene with Ganos and the Pure Forkrul was one of the best. Talking about the king and talking about hunting and how the king didn't give this Forkrul a suitable answer that she thought, suitable, and so she killed and stuffed the children in the same way that the king stuffed the animals and da-da-da-da. Anyway, and her threats that just by her word she would be able to subjugate all the armies and use them to her will, but Ganos is the master of the deck and is not going to just take that, and it doesn't work on him. And on the way out, he kind of speaks through that card to her mind and says, pretty sure I now know more about you than you know about me, and I'm going to exploit that. Freaking cool. Okay, he almost didn't make it out there, and I love Noto Boyle, and yeah, so it's almost go time here, and Ormugan, the one with the frog, right? The Imperial Artist, man, is he gonna like lock him away in a painting or something, in a tile? Looking forward to whatever this is going to be. And now I have to help put my kids to bed. What a bummer. Dang it. Don't they know that there's like a bunch of crap about to happen? This chapter is starting to feel like the Seinfeld finale where they all, all the popular cast or whatever start like coming into the courtroom. We have Blue Pearl and Picker talking to each other in a dream, and Whiskey Jack has sent orders, and freaking cool. And it's confirmed again that the bridge burners guard Death's Gate, which is cool. I forgot about the cat that they found for the Jagged, which was like my favorite thing, Tufty, who they forgot to feed for a few months. Oh, now it's an undead cat. So, this was a good scene, a good back and forth with Hood and Shirk Alal. Shirk probably rightfully being very frustrated with how the gods have used mortals and not really given anything back, just for their own purposes, and now Cotillion and Shadow Throne speaking about how they found the truth of things and started to kind of build up those who were like-minded, like Animander Rake and Brood and the Queen of Dreams. Can't remember her name. It started with a D though, and this just frustrates Shirk, who already has a very interesting. I mean, she has her. The Udaloo stuff is like a side thing, but really she is a very interesting character. And she's very frustrated when now she sees that Tavor is being used, and they go back to speaking about Tavor killing her sister and Hood seeing through her sister's eyes, and asking if this is a punishment, and he's being a little. He's not really giving up everything, but again, the thing comes up where Shirk asks, does she even know that she killed her sister? And then he says, well, would that be a gift of knowledge to know? Very interesting. And also, he does mention that a part of this storm is coming from within her, which is something, again, to think about. That's interesting to note. Oh, snap. We have a sail ship. Forkrola sail ship. Jeez. Stuff's about to pop off, I think. The handmaid's cool. Holy crap. I guess that adjudication didn't go so well. There was adjudication, right? Neil for... Yeah. Yeah, then she tried to make them do what she wanted with her voice again. You know how the Forkroll keep doing that, but if you don't listen to them, very interesting that they have this power. Anyway, moving on. Holy smokes, that was a fast fight. Okay, now we have Draconis and Ublala saying goodbye. I really love those two together. And he's going to go north. Ublala is. And he's dragging her by the ankle. Man. Wonder if we'll see him anymore this book. I'm sure we will. But maybe that's the end, and then we'll see what Draconis does. Oh, snap. Okay, it's the next day. We have something that I love about the Forkrola Sail is their names. And I've mentioned this a bunch before, I think, but, calm and reverence and equity and diligence, and they all mean something. And I always love that when names actually mean something. This is something in old mythologies and old traditions where names were supposed to sometimes mean something. Sometimes they would be earned after you did something special, or it just kind of, your name would become kind of synonymous with a type of principle. And it's interesting to see that in retrospect. Once this is all done, I think I'm going to look up a lot of the Forkroll names and some of the stuff that they specifically did, and the different ones did which kinds of things, and see what can be gleaned. But calm is interesting, as she is kind of highlighted here again. Now we have the parish, who are going to be used against the Greyhelms. They're going to be used against Perrin, and they can't resist the words of the Forkroll Assail. And this is another example here of people above using the ones below for their own kind of means. And you can see what that could allude to and stuff like that. But, you have to take it separately than maybe... it is definitely a criticism, because look at the bad actors that are at play here. So anyway, moving on. I wonder how long this chapter is going to be. Okay, I got kind of wrapped up in these last couple scenes, and forgot to mention anything, but Garul, who went and found the mortal sword of the Greyhelms and rescued her. And is flying above the desert where the bone hunters would be, and thinking about them. Also, we have Queen of Brastel and Spax, who I do like. They talk more about Unos Tulan, and more it seems like he would have been the perfect one for the job, but he wasn't really a political rah charisma guy, and now Spax is just wishing that he could be back. And really maybe Tool would have been the best one for the job, but I mean the battle's about to happen here in Calance on for them as well. Oh, okay, I'm in the middle of this scene. Speaking about the war between the Kachane Shamal and the, well, really everyone versus the Forkrul, and even the Forkruls found their god wanting, and so turned on them as well. They are just justice to the ultimate extreme limits, aren't they? And hunted down all these Kachane as well as everyone until there was the one matron, and she surrendered her life, and the gate, which she sealed with her own body, her own life force, opened to devour the Assail god's soul. And now we're getting some information on the Glass Desert. The Glass Desert, all that remains of that god now lives. That is where all the remains of that god now lives. And moving on. Just the very next paragraph here. So the war between the Kachane Shamal and the Forkrul basically wrecked both of their races, but also opened up the cracks of chaos through which all these other races could reach this and other realms. Wow, that is interesting to get that little detail. More wars, defeats, betrayals, until the age itself crumbled and was no more. This is the sound of legend, Caliph. Oh man. And sorry, I'm still on this page. Of course, that's why, this war between the Kachane and the Forkrul is still ongoing. And, man. And Tavor really wants Gessler and Stormy really to be like the ones. She doesn't want to be the leader of this group, but since Gessler and Stormy have the most powerful might or whatever, they have the most powerful backing behind them, the Kachane Shamal, then it makes sense for them to kind of lead that part of the resistance, I guess, against the Forkrul. Man, it really is so interesting how justice, everyone has a rightful claim, a rightful claim to justice from their point of view, and then it just turns out to be just a big mess. They might not have a new destriant of the wolves of winter. Who was it that had the wolf's eyes now? Who are they talking about at the end here? I'll find out. I forgot. It is Setok, the destriant. Holy smokes. Very cool how she shows up here with all these ethereal wolves. Crap. Is Gruntle gonna be dead now? In the middle of fighting, freaking dragon comes through, and then Gruntle goes to fight the dragon, and still a big mess, but it looks like he's about to die as a bunch more come through. Oh, crap. I don't want that to happen. There were times where I thought Gruntle was my favorite character in the series. Not sure right now if he would be even in my top 10, but I do really still like that guy. Dang it. Well, I love Gruntle again. Why is it right when they die? Stawny, my love, I am sorry. Oh, man. Oh, I'm right near the end here. Dang. And I love Stani. And... yeah, well... crap. He was a cool character. I feel like I'm a little bummed by that end for him, but I mean, stuff happens. All right, done here, and that was quite the moment for Gruntle and Kalava. You know, he would have he. It sounds like he would have defeated Kalava if he wouldn't have turned to stop this Elaint. That I, that's something that's going to be interesting to consider. Uh, a fitting death, I guess, but still seems just so meaningless in so many ways. Man. Oh, and that's the end of the chapter. Ta-da! See you next time.